Today we have Latitude 64, JohnE McCray Team Series OptoX Fuse.
JohnE McCray here, and I'm doing a little review on the OptoX Fuse, my tour fundraiser for 2019. We got this ice. Can you see me through there? And we got a solid yellow one here. And I chose these discs this year. Last year I used the St. Pro as my fundraiser disc that had the OptoX plastic, and I wanted to get a little bit more player-friendly disc this year, so I chose the Fuse. And I really feel like I want to thank everybody out there for helping to purchase these. I'm pretty sure you're liking them because they're gone. So thank you very much, and I'm hopefully going to get them again next year, and so hopefully there'll be another run of them, and so you'll still have a chance to get some more of these. But these are great flyers. I was telling these guys earlier, a beginner could throw an OptoX Fuse, or a 20-year veteran such as myself can throw an OptoX Fuse and have it be a very worthy disc in your bag all the time disc. So definitely a disc you want to try out. Like I said, great for beginners to seasoned pros. So I'm gonna throw some shots with them and see how they fly, show you how they fly a little bit, and see if it's something you might be interested in. I throw, with the Fuse shot, I throw straight shots and turnover shots with the Fuse, whether I would use a worked-in Fuse to do like a hyzer flip shot, maybe a little flatter to a slow turn shot, or I throw it with a bunch of hyzer and get it. Really doesn't hyzer too much, so it's more of a straight disc to a turnover disc. So that's what the Fuse is made for, and they're really, really good for that shot. A lot of times, a newer player, it's hard for him to get that disc, a right-handed backhand player, to get the disc to finish to the right. This is a disc that you can get to do that with a little bit of practice with it, because it's a very good flyer and very well made to get that turnover shot.
Let's take a look at the Fuse in action here. This is a hyzer flip tunnel shot that we're trying to emulate here, and it does the job. Gets up to flat, goes dead straight. There's a little bit of a tailwind, which made it finish out at the end. Again, hyzer flip, straight as an arrow for the majority of its flight. Great amount of glide on this disc, and again, just a subtle finish, really controllable. Wanted to see if we can maintain it on a hyzer line, and this is going into a bit of a crosswind. And if you power it down, that was starting at about 50%. With the right angle, it's going to hold that hyzer line. So there's a big workability factor to these also. But throwing them straight or on subtle turnovers like this is where this disc is going to shine. That was a bit of a tailwind again, but it still maintains the angle integrity throughout its flight. Going into a bit of a head crosswind here, it's going to turn over, and then the crosswind at the end is going to push it back a little bit to the left. But it maintained its turn without getting out of control. So you don't have to necessarily worry about this disc turning and burning on you. If you throw it with the right amount of power on angle, it's going to do magic for you. Again, subtle flip up, a little bit of turn on the right-hand side. We're just going to power this up to about 70% on hyzer, get it up, let it work over to the right, tons of glide, and then finishes. This disc is fantastic.
The Fuse has flight numbers of 5 for the speed, 6 for the glide, -1 for the turn, and 0 for the fade. I often don't think that the numbers are exact, but not with this one. Spot on. So with an understable and glidey disc, there are things that you're going to want to stay away from, mainly windy days. We didn't. When throwing this in a tailwind, the disc is like throwing a lid. It just stays in the air for so long. It ended up with distance drivers distances. When thrown in the headwind, let's just say two-faced coin didn't flip this much. The main shots for this disc are flat with a slight move to the right in the fall, hyzer flip to straight, more hyzer flip to straight with a finish, and hyzer to falling right finish, or a high turnover with a sweeping right with a bit of finish at the end.
That's a good turn. Alright, I'm going to try this OptoX Fuse now. Get it nice and straight. As you can see, I don't know if you could see that in there, but that thing went straight as it possibly could. There's no possible way a disc could go straighter than that right there. Only on the course. Alright, I'm gonna throw this ICE OptoX Fuse down there past the other camera guy. There's a truck. I'm guessing that's at least 450. Probably not gonna reach it, but I'm gonna try to get it past the camera guy this time. Alright, I'm gonna try this OptoX Fuse, one of the straightest flying discs you'll find. I'll try to get it right over the camera guy's head. Alright. Alright, so if you've seen those shots, it's a really straight flying disc. Go out and get you 1, 2, 10, maybe even 20.
The OptoX Fuse is getting a final rating of in the bag. This disc just does it all. I was surprised. I don't think I've ever thrown a disc that flies quite as straight as this disc flew for myself, as well as for JohnE McCray. The workability factor is there. You can power it down to carve up pretty much any line you want on a disc golf course. It's very user-friendly for beginners, intermediates, advanced, and even pro level players, as you can see. JohnE McCray was blasting this thing 400 plus feet on a frozen rope dead straight. I've never seen anything like it. So if you don't have one of these in your bag, you need to go out and get one immediately. I think it belongs in everybody's bag. It's a fantastic disc and a winner for sure.
The JohnE McCray OptoX Fuse gets a rating of in the bag. Normally I don't come into reviews with high expectations, so I don't have a bias against the disc performance. But I have to be honest and say that Disc Golf Valley had me expecting a very specific flight from the Fuse. I was not disappointed. This is a disc that is truly just a player's disc for all level players. I used to say that my Pure was the straightest flying disc that I've ever thrown. I'll have to put a asterisk by that and say that it is the straightest putter I've ever thrown. JohnE McCray is not alone thinking that this is the straightest disc that there is. We tested this disc during the weekend of the Augusta Classic, and that weekend there were several shots that I wish I had this Fuse in my bag.
Alright, I would like to thank Ace Run Productions for helping me out with this video and everything. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate you. And check their videos out online. They got all kinds of videos of different tournaments. There was a great finish with my buddy Tom Mac Garrett over there at the IDGC for the NGT regional final. So check that out online and get yourself some OptoX Fuses. I'd like to thank Latitude 64 for all they do for me every year. You guys are awesome. And without you, I would definitely not be touring around. And I'd like to thank my wife, who is incredible. She's not just a caddy, she's amazing. What she does for me, she's the toughest woman I've ever met. I love you and thank you very much. And I'd like to thank Disc Golf Center, one of my sponsors down there in Florida. It's a store. They'll send you whatever disc, I don't care what company, what color, what weight, they'll find it and send it to you. Free shipping too. Check them out, Disc Golf Center online. Also, Bogey Free Bags out of Sarasota, Florida. They've been helping me since I've been on tour as well. Cal and the family, I'm family with them, so thank you guys. Check them all out and have a great day, everybody. God bless you.
Ace Run Productions would like to give a special thank you to JohnE McCray for the awesome collaboration. Hands down the coolest pro I've met.
Hey, Pen. All right, y'all check out Ace Run Pro and check out all their videos. Let's get excited about some disc golf.
Look, Ma, we made it.